Cool.
I do not see anything.
Okay, so it does say right now it's streaming on both. View on YouTube. Try refreshing both of the pages.
Okay, let me refresh
And
Steam again. YouTube. Yes, YouTube says it's live, and
YouTube.
I'm watching it. I can see you in the corner.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. And then let's see about Steam. I do remember reading that it could take a bit to show back up. Let's see. It's like this is obviously the important one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's saying on.
I should be able to watch it like in the Steam app, right?
I'm actually not totally sure.
I have to go to it on the website.
Let me also just see in my settings if I can access it. Your broadcast URL. Oh yeah, I'm here. I see myself in my settings if I can.
I don't.
I
That's
just
so
don't know
strange.
why it's not showing it on our page. That's the only thing. Let me try to figure it out. And also, I'm just curious. I want to see on YouTube how this looks. Test stream. One watching.
That would be me. Hello.
Okay. Well, at least it is showing me that it is streaming. I just need to figure out now how to show. Maybe there's a setting I need to add somewhere. Manage Steam Workshop visibility. No, that's not it. That. Create a Steam. No. Alright, let me see. Yeah, this says broadcast visibility offline. Why does it say that? Oh wait, no. Store not visible. Community your watch page. Okay, it says store not visible. Why is it not visible on the store page? Public. This controls who is permitted to watch your broadcast. Setting up your stream. Steam. Here, this is also what I should do. There we go. Audio's on, guys. Okay, if anybody is randomly joining us, we just set up a test stream because we are going to be playing as a group of developers our demo for Traveler's Refrain for Steam Next Fest coming up next week. And I've got Alice, one of our other artists, with me. She's on with me on Discord, but you guys should be able to hear her. Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna hang out and just test a little bit of the demo, just make sure everything's working properly before we have a bunch of people and have a bunch of people viewing and playing stuff. Cyborg Fish, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Man, this is crazy. I was expecting this to just be completely dead, but it looks like a couple people are in, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, you guys
so
are
unexpectedly popular.
Yeah, you guys are getting to see our first live stream of the game. So.
And my phone is ringing. Like everything is happening at once.
Of course.
Ah, leave me alone.
Cyborg Fish says awesome demo, 10 out of 10, loved it.
Oh, thank you so much, Cyborg Fish, and hi, Aram.
All right, let's get into this. So yeah, for anybody that's new to our game, Traveler's Refrain is about a struggling, wandering musician who travels to a mysterious forest in search of a way back to his long-lost love. So you play as the protagonist Traveler, and you will see we kind of just start you off coming out of the ground and just, you know, you're off to the races. Let me just, because I'm running on a laptop, I'm going to lower my resolution a little bit because I just want to make sure it runs smoothly. And actually, let me know, guys, on your end that are watching if the frame rate seems decent, if our audio seems decent, because that would really help us kind of troubleshoot. And for those of you that are hanging out too, any questions you have, we're happy to answer as well. The music is so good. Highly reminds me of some Fable tunes. That's awesome. Thanks so much. Yeah, Milan is our composer. He's a musician in Serbia, and he's been on this project with us since day one, and he just does an absolutely amazing job.
Yeah, and Fable Association is high praise. That's one of my all-time favorites.
You know, I was never an Xbox kid, and that was always a game that I wanted to play, but never got to play. So,
yeah, I loved it. That was like one of my early games, and definitely a winner, I would say.
Yeah, it always looked so cool.
In all my days, I've never seen markings like this before.
I was just about to say I'm not getting any audio, but it's because I'm only listening to you in Discord.
You're like, it's awfully quiet. Definitely one of my faves as a kid. Oh, Alice, if you wouldn't mind also, can you just type a comment in the Steam stream? Because I'm curious to see how it pops up in here.
Sure.
Yeah, so guys, next week we are scheduling our first major stream for Friday at 6 p.m. Central Time. And we actually have Alice flying down from LA, and our other artist Paloma is in Houston, and same with my business partner / programmer Armand. And we're all going to be streaming out of the podcast room, and I'm going to be playing through the whole demo and answering your questions and stuff. So it should be a really, really good time. Autumn says the stream is smooth on this end. Okay, that's so good to hear. Yeah, I'm running on my laptop has a okay graphics card, but it's not like a super high-end PC, so I just want to make sure it's like actually working the way it should be.
Your computer is the little engine that could, dude.
I know. I mean, when I bought it, it had like a higher end graphics card for a laptop, but obviously it's like I got this
for a laptop
5 years ago or something like that. Yeah. I think I've got like a, what is it called? I don't even future. I found a little bug. He should be going. I think that's just a thing I need to change with the trigger.
Yeah, that's never happened for me when I've played it.
Oh, this guy moved though. That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, now he moved. Huh. You know what? Sometimes when stuff like that happens, it could be that there's two of the same object with the same name in the scene, so it doesn't know which one to move. So
Oh.
it's a little
I saw her. I saw
inside
The engine
baseball.
got confused.
before
Yeah,
I even
yeah,
knew I
exactly.
had chip, and I couldn't go. Not even if I tried.
So also, guys, our main voice actor that plays Traveler is a solo artist musician named Essinger, and he's been doing a killer job. And you should go listen to his music because it's awesome.
I actually just recommended Essinger's music to somebody the other day.
Really?
It can't be.
Yeah. They were like, yeah, I've been getting really into metal. And I was like, oh, have you heard of this great musician?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Alice, did you comment in here?
I did.
Okay, it's not.
I said, hello. My Steam name is Fern. It's not Alice, so.
Yeah, it's just showing me the YouTube comments. That's the only thing.
Huh.
So I wonder. Let's see. No, he's not the one that's part of Boo. He's just a solo artist. That's Lee McKinney. He's the guitarist for Born of Osiris, and he plays a different character.
Cold sweat beaded. I heard a hideous.
I'm curious.
Yeah, we actually have
Yeah.
multiple great musicians as voice actors.
Yeah. Yeah, and we are anticipating on getting a lot more once we're getting back into having people do VO. We're just trying to get an alpha done of our game right now, so we're focusing a lot on development, but it'll probably be in the last stretch of development that we'll go back to script writing and voice acting and just kind of polish everything up. Alright, before I get into this fight, I just want to check. I'm curious if...
You do have to pop out the chat in Steam.
Yeah, there was a setting for me to set it to auto enable, but I wasn't sure if we'd want to do that. On OBS though, that's where I'm kind of
Oh, you're
managing
watching
everything.
that.
Yeah, so I'm seeing the YouTube comments come in the chat. I'm wondering if there's different chat. There's just one chat box. Huh.
We may have to keep the actual chat box open
Yeah.
on somebody's phone or something
Mm-hmm.
for the big main one.
Yeah. We have another kind of dinky laptop in the house, so we can also just
A-
use that.
A dink top, if you will.
Yeah. Okay, but what's also actually kind of interesting is I can change my profile for comments. Let me just do a test comment back.
Sure.
And I think, yeah, I'm commenting now as Red Essence Games from the YouTube channel, which is actually really cool, instead of commenting as Restream.
Uh-oh.
That's pretty sweet. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're about to
Thank you, Cyborg Fish.
We're about to get into our first battle. And as you guys can see, we have a lantern that attacks, and those enemies don't burn, but later on you'll encounter enemies that you can actually deal burn damage to.
What? In the world?
And kind of just blowing through this because I've run through this demo obviously hundreds of times, but I'd rather talk to the chat than explain everything I'm doing
Elite
right
gamer
now.
skills.
Test reply.
To make the stamina bar replenish smoother, Aram just
Yeah, dude, that's literally that is a line item on our to-do list. We did take all of your feedback. I read through all of it as well. I really appreciate it. He sent Armand, Alice, like a big list with like screenshots and stuff. So that was
that's
really
so helpful.
And
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna, I think, just kind of consolidate all the notes after the event and just see like, okay, what do we really feel like needs to be adjusted, polished, stuff like that, and we can kind of go in and refine some of the, especially like the overlapping comments we've gotten from people,
And that was one of them, the stamina bar thing.
Yeah. But yeah, people have given really, really good feedback, and I think what's been awesome to see so far is, obviously so far, most of the people that are playing are friends, so of course we're going to get more of the positive feedback, but, generally everybody has really enjoyed what they've played and seen, so tells me we're at least going in the right direction with everything.
Yeah. RM also wants to know if lighting the torches does anything in the cave.
No, so the only torches that like actually do something are the ones with those orange flowers. Although we kept seeing people, when you get the lantern at the very beginning, I actually forgot to do it, but people kept trying to hit all the torches and nothing was happening. So I added kind of like a little feature where if you do light all of those, 10 red essence pop out of the center.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
A little, like, reward your curiosity kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think, like, the torches in the cave are really just there to, like, give you some extra lighting if you need it.
Yeah.
And, just to... people like hitting stuff.
Yeah.
The creatures before I was reminded.
Alice, what's really funny is, like, I think this game is running so much smoother than running freaking Photoshop on our streams together. Like,
yeah. For those of you who are not in the know, Nick and I have done a lot of art critique streams together, where we have Photoshop open and we take like art submissions from the community and like critique them together. With Nick will be driving, but I'm there to provide color commentary. And Photoshop is a enormous program, and it doesn't play nice very well with other things.
My mind, place once was here now.
And
but,
also usually we have the Discord video call out, and usually I'm streaming to you as well. So I think that also kind of bogs down the stream, obviously. But I was worried that our game was like, with just a webcam and playing the game, it seems to be okay. So. And even on my end playing, it's like butter right now. I mean, I've got no hitches or anything, so it's good.
Cyborg Fish says, I'll admit I'm playing because of a friend on your team, but I had genuine fun with it. Oh, thank you so much. I saw it on my recommended. I would have most likely checked it out regardless.
That's awesome.
That's really kind to say. Thank you. I think I have had feedback along those lines as well, and like, while getting feedback from friends is like, you're like, but what do you really think?
Yeah.
We're privileged to have a lot of friends who are smart and thoughtful people and can give us their unadulterated opinion, which is like so valuable, because we've been in this world for a long time now. I've only been on board for about 1.5 years now, but like, you and Armin have been working on this game for how long now?
Like 4.5 years.
Yeah.
A long time.
Yeah. So, we see things with the weight of all that time behind it. So having fresh eyes is really important.
Yeah. Alice, can you check are you looking at the Steam stream as well?
I will tab over to it. I am looking at it now.
Okay. Just want to see, are there any comments in there, and does it show how many people are watching?
It shows, yes, it does show how many people are watching. It's just me for now.
Okay.
I did see that there was one other person before, but
Okay. Yeah, I was just
it
curious.
looks smooth. It looks fine.
When she
Okay,
first,
cool.
her face lit up as she watched me perform.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about
No, why
what
these
happens with
memories?
visibility when you stream and all that kind of good stuff. So
Sophie, how I wish I could go back to this moment. I don't ever, although something about him seems oddly familiar.
yeah, so just a little like story kind of thing as well. Basically, this forest is creating like amalgamations of travelers' memories. So this is a memory of his when he was performing for the first time for the woman he loved, because he's like a solo performer.
I just want
And
your deals always worked out in your. I always could
yeah,
count
you're
on
basically
for
kind of like
support.
playing through these like crazy memories he's having, and then obviously we're kind of breadcrumbing it throughout the story, and you'll start to find out what happened to him and kind of how he ended up here. I don't know if anybody found this. I feel like this is the music sheet that everybody misses. So if you guys,
Oh, I didn't even know it was there.
yeah, and this is the other thing too. As we're developing, that we're trying to like figure out and like learn from. But I mean, if you kind of notice, like if you're standing here, I started to pull out some of this ground texture, and I also changed the colors to be a lot more cool down here than warm. And I put particles specifically like down here so that you kind of are encouraged, I guess, to go this way.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too, we had noticed, especially in this area, and I just finished this part, but people weren't sure which statues you could interact with. So I put like big, huge, glowing golden particles on them to just be like, here, talk to these people.
Yeah.
Because what we're starting to learn too is like, you don't want to make the areas that aren't meant to be like a puzzle difficult, right? Like you want to try to guide the player so that they can just go through the thing. Like there's obviously in any situation a little bit of like, okay, what am I supposed to do here? But this area is meant to be a story area. We want you to get through it ideally. So yeah, I've been trying to learn from the feedback that people have been giving, and just like trying to make things a lot more obvious and clear. A lot of that has to do with lighting and particles and stuff like that. And I want to show you guys too, because this was something we got feedback from one of our dev friends saying, hey, it would be really cool when you get the instrument if there's like a 2D animation thing. And it's one of those things, because I'm the one that's handling a lot of the animation. I'm like, it would be cool, but that's a lot more work for me. But, you know, I marinated on it, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just try to do it, because I think it would be awesome. And here you guys go. So I do want to add to that animation, but I cranked that thing out in like a day, never having done really big, you know, full screen like anime style animation before. So that was kind of a fun little task to do. And actually,
Yeah.
Paloma, I don't think you even knew this, Alice. I called her up because I knew she had After Effects experience, and she kind of helped me just like set up my project and figure out like how to use the camera and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So that was very helpful.
I want to point out that Aram had another question. He asked, "What feedback have you gotten on the zoom perspective?"
Oh yeah, yeah. So that was a big one that I know you had. And here's the thing, man. So okay, there's a couple things. The first thing is our characters are literally only a certain amount of pixel height tall. So there is really only a certain amount we can zoom into the character without them starting to get blurry. And we kind of knew that from the start, just because we're working in like really high res textures for everything. So for a situation like this is the other thing that I've kind of noticed too, because I started playtesting on my TV, like sitting on my couch away from it. But generally, like, I'm sitting in my office right now looking right at the screen in front of me. So to me, he looks to be like an okay height. I'm like seeing him appropriately. But I can imagine if I'm sitting 6 feet back, he'd look really tiny on the screen. So it has been kind of a balance of like, we do want to make sure like the screen is pulled back far enough so that you can see like, you know, okay, I can talk to this person, blah blah blah. And it starts to feel a little claustrophobic when it's too close. But for a situation like this, right? I think, do I zoom in here? No, I don't even zoom in here. So this is a situation like you were suggesting that we probably could pull in the camera a lot more, you know? And especially on dialogue as well, because you want the text boxes to be really big. But there have been instances, on the other hand, where we have zoomed in too much, let's call it, and we've gotten the opposite feedback where people are like, man, it's way too close to the character. I want to see more of the environment. So there is a potential solution we could implement, and that is right now our camera is basically centered on Traveler and it kind of catches up to him. We could implement a camera that, like, when you move forward, the camera bumps forward a little bit more, and that could potentially help with us zooming in more because you can still see in front of you. So I know that's kind of a roundabout way to answer the question, but the zooming thing has been something we've been discussing on the back end and messing around with. And the other thing too is every time there's a zoom, I do have to like put a little trigger in the scene. So part of it too is just kind of going back through the scenes and being like, okay, where does it feel like we could zoom in a little bit more? Because it's a more manual process than I think you would think. So hopefully
Yeah,
that
it's kind of
answers
like
the question.
cinematic decision.
Yeah. But yeah, he basically sent us screenshots with like an area like this and like put a box. Like I think you guys could zoom in like to here, for example, and it would just feel like you're a lot more, you know, close to the character. So yeah, it's kind of a balancing thing. Following the camera forward is a great idea. You answered the question well. Nice. One of the biggest pieces of critique, let's call it, that we got was you can't, like, you hold the trigger and the bar starts filling, and sometimes you can't like input the spell like immediately. So that's something Armand and I are also looking into to see, like, you know, how can we make that just feel like perfect, like spot on.
Right.
But all these things that appear to be really small changes are like, we got to go through like hundreds of lines of code to be like, okay, why is it not allowing us to do that right now?
Yeah. It's the puzzle of making everything feel like effortless, but it is in fact a great deal of effort.
Mm-hmm. Autumn, I don't know if Armand did you even know, man, that this is Armand voicing this character?
I thought that was Essenger. I didn't know that was Aram.
Yeah.
Or Armin.
Yeah.
Yes. The ancients were very crafty indeed. If you explore the area, you may find 4 things you need to open the door.
Fun.
Yeah, so Armand did these little guys, and then I did Alice the you know the robots on the tower?
Mm-hmm.
I did their like 2, they've got like 2 lines.
Oh.
He just, dude, of course. Yeah, that's probably the first thing he told you before he told you anything else about the demo.
Could recognize
Dude, I
his
voiced
voice
one of
through
the
paper.
characters.
That's so funny. I think he did a really good job with that robot.
Yeah.
I think it sounds really cute.
I think so too. It's funny because we actually got feedback. I don't think we told you this, Alice, but somebody commented like all of the voice acting was very good. Like the performances were very good. So even though I had you quickly do a conversation and me and Armand did a conversation quickly, it's like, and also Grace, my wife, did Arcarel.
Did she really?
Yeah. Nobody could like tell that we're all like amateurs, you know. So that's kind of cool.
Yes, there are other.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So guys, this character is called the Gearman, and she is being voiced by another solo artist, Alexandra Norton. Well, I guess she Echoes is her band, but she has a really beautiful voice. It's kind of like a Evanescence kind of band, sort of. So if you guys are into that, go check her out.
How do you know so much of it? I felt a lingering melody that resonated through me.
I'm curious, for you guys that have played, I've seen some people try this part and not really understand the movement thing for aiming. Did you guys figure that out pretty quickly, or was that a struggle for you? Autumn says, I can recognize his voice through a paper trail. Yeah. Yeah, so Alice, Autumn is like, I think, one of, if not the, Armand's oldest friend. So,
Aw,
yeah.
buddy.
Yeah.
Another Philly person?
Yeah.
I'm from Philly too.
Yeah. Lots of Philly people.
Oh yeah, he says it took me a second to figure out the directional mechanic, and I did so by accident.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think if we have like GIFs in those little tutorial boxes, or like very short video clips, that will probably help, I would think.
Or we could have.
Hello?
Let me help you see the land.
Yeah, that was me. What were you gonna say, Alice?
I'm pausing to think with my brain.
To think with my brain.
If we had a like little explanatory animation that's like a shadow traveler, like performing the spell, and then although does that like show how the control works? Not really.
Yeah, it's almost like it would even be better. I did before have a little wiggle animation on the L stick to show that a little bit more, but we just kind of changed the way it works, so I wasn't able to implement that, at least for now. That's something we're gonna have to like dig back into at some point. Oh my god.
We also need to update the language in there to accommodate for the fact that some people are using mouse and keyboard.
What is it? Why? What does it say something not right when you?
It says you have to tilt the control, and you know sometimes you can't tilt with the.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's another like one of those things that it was just we gotta figure out how to do it appropriately. Oh my god, guys, this is the other thing I'm very proud of that we worked on. We cranked this thing out in like a week.
Yep.
But it was something that we were all like, this is going to be so badass if we can get this in. So there's this little fairy tale that is happening that is essentially going to explain one of the elements that you're going to keep running across in the game. And it's kind of like a backstory almost. And yeah, we just thought this would be a cool way to like switch up gameplay and give you something different to do throughout the demo, as well as just be a little like fun experience. But Alice cranked out all these environment assets, and Paloma, our other artist, cranked out these characters, and I just took their assets and I put them all together, and Armand programmed how it will work. And it was a very, if all of our parts of our project work that smoothly, I think would be doing very well.
Yeah, we'd be in the money.
Yeah. What feedback did you get on the A button?
I need to prove to them that I'm worthy of her love.
What do you mean, for this part specifically, or for something else?
Insecure, the young farmer found his way to the local tavern, where he encountered a mysterious hooded man.
Oh, and also Milan cranked out the music for this as well too.
Yeah.
I told him we were doing this, and then like 3 days later he presented this track, and I was like, how did you write this so quickly?
The man is a professional.
Oh man, he sure is.
All A buttons.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said all A buttons.
Oh,
What do you mean?
I think he means the I think he means like the little pinging noise that the A button makes. I think that's what he's specifically referring to. Yeah, everybody's I'm annoyed at that too. That's another one of those things that's like
You began to run.
easier to fix in theory than it actually is in the engine. It's like we could either just completely turn off the noise for now, or we have to do some like digging.
Got it.
Yeah, there's a lot. This is just game dev though. It's like stuff you would think would be like, oh, just like make it only make a noise when you hit the button
Stumbled across the hut.
and continue the line. It's like not as easy
Emitted
as
an
that.
uncomfortable glow through the single round.
Yeah, dude, it's literally even been annoying me for like the past couple years we've implemented that, but some things unfortunately just have to sit on the back burner until we can take the time to sit and fix them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even for you and Paloma, it's like I assign you, I know I assign you like art tasks, and then they just like hang for a while because I'm like, oh, it's not priority right now. Come on, Verkade. Lit up.
Should be muted, similar to the Souls games. Like, just a little quieter. Oh, the Souls games don't make any noises.
Yeah, I mean, we could just... Yeah, we could just completely turn it off. We just thought it would feel more responsive. Excuse me, responsive if it just made like a little ping. But I don't know. We got to just look back into that mechanic. Basically, the way the thing is set up in Unity is essentially like you can attach a sound effect to when you're able to hit the continue button, but we have nothing to say like the continue button has been hit and the next line is running. So it's kind of like you could just go bam, 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 and it just keeps pinging that noise. So,
Oh, that's awful.
yeah, it's really annoying.
Okay, I think that's another asset sheet finished.
What?
Well, I've been
you've been
painting while
working
I've been
on-
watching you
on
stream,
the-
so
Nice.
yay!
Was on Mez followed
That's
ahead.
awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
so efficient.
We are hitting the home stretch in terms of art assets. So
Sorry. So, same. I lost
Yeah, I just need to learn to code so I can help Armand, and then we'll be like.
Sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Need to go.
Wait.
Oh, I just realized, are they?
As I chase the apparition,
I just
couldn't
realized I'm
shake that
hearing the
soothing
echo.
melody from my mind. I began a sense of
Huh.
time.
Echo of what?
The echo of when you go into the like fountain scenes, the choice screens, Milan adds like an echo effect, and I think it carried over into the like the main level. So that might be something we gotta like turn back off. Just,
It's like a little bug happening. Oh, it's good to catch these things in the demos.
yeah. Oh, also, Alice, are you seeing the? Is there a restream watermark on the stream? No.
Mm.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's good.
That's positive.
Yeah. Curious. I just want to see what's happening right now. Okay. Interesting. Let me refresh the YouTube as well. Interesting.
How long have I been with the company? I started as just doing the UI in March of 2023. And I started helping with environment art and some paint up for animation frames and just like other bits and pieces that needed to be done. I can't remember exactly like when I started doing those things, but I have
It
been...
was not long after we were like, you're just the UI artist.
Yeah. So I'm sort of an all-rounder at this point. And it's been really fun, really great. So yeah, I've been here for like a year and 3 months, 4 months.
And I want to mention too, Armand and I just shot this week's podcast yesterday, and basically the episode it was a little bit different. We kind of just did like a story time of like us deciding to get into game dev and some stories from conventions and kind of leading up to working on this project. And I talked about meeting you at PAX, Alice, and then mentoring you, and then working on Art Bros together, and then working on this. So it's kind of
Oh, that's
crazy.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strange drawings. Is this a story?
Yeah, that was kind of wild. I was like, oh hey, that guy who gave my one boss so much help when he, we met him at PAX is now like doing another big project, and oh, he's hiring a UI artist. I know how to do that.
Yeah. All right. I think this is probably a good place to finish up because I actually have 10 million more things to do in preparation for next week. But
Yeah.
thanks for hanging out, Autumn. And if anybody else happens to see the stream, I just want to remind you guys that the demo is up on Steam. Please check it out, wishlist, hop in our Discord. Feel free to come hang out with us. We also do a podcast where we put up a new video every week, and we chat about that in the Discord as well. So, what feedback did you get on the dialogue screen? Yeah, so really quick, that is another thing that I think we got to just like generally take a look at. It's kind of like it's meant to be a little bit barren, but I do still think there are things we can do to kind of make it feel better with either like repositioning some of the text or whatever. So yeah, it's another on the back burner kind of thing for now. But generally, nobody's had it, I guess, an issue with the way it works, which I was kind of concerned about putting it out publicly, because I do know that like it is kind of like a big pause in gameplay. Like, okay, now I gotta sit and like read and listen. But I think a lot of people that are playing our game hopefully understand that like this is an RPG. You're kind of hearing a story, So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see as more feedback rolls in as well. But yeah, thanks guys for hanging out. We're going to hop off now, but yeah, Autumn, we'll talk to you later, man, and anybody else that's watching, we will see you next week.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Thanks so much.
Bye.